Hi, this is Rockin for God with Lisa Marie Nicole. Let's rock. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the February 8th episode of Rockin for God. I am your host, Lisa Marie Nicole. Before I go on, I just want to say that the music world lost an unbelievable talent yesterday. The lead singer from Three Doors Down, Brad Arnold, died from suffering with cancer. And I am praying for his wife and family, and as well as everyone else. I hope everyone is staying warm. Unfortunately, the groundhog did not see his shadow, so we have 6 more weeks of winter to look forward to. I will be praying for everyone that are in the cold states. So this week's gospel is from Matthew 5:16 and is where my song Step Into the Light came from. Jesus said, "We are the light of the world. Let our light shine before others." The first reading is from Isaiah 58:7 about sharing your bread with the homeless. That is my song, Take My Hand, which I decided I will play at the end of this show. So stick around. I also have the O'Hare Dogs of the Week. This week, I have guest Meghan Pulles, Nashville Singer songwriter, to talk about her faith story. We will be right back.
I know you're there, God. Sometimes I feel alone, even when I'm not. All the troubles in the world, I forget all I've got.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back. So I have a great show for you tonight, and I hope you guys are watching in between the Super Bowl. And I know that, unfortunately, the Super Bowl is on right now. But guess what? This show is better. And I got a great guest coming on that's going to make you forget about the Super Bowl. So let's bring her on and talk to her about her story.
I love that. Hi.
How you doing, Megan?
I've never really cared about the Super Bowl. I call the Grammy Awards the Super Bowl. So I hear that Bad Bunny is performing tonight. I have no idea about any sports teams.
Yeah, well, they have another show that's also performing. They're having a second halftime show, but this is the Super Bowl right now, so we'll concentrate on this. Did I say your name right? I wasn't
sure. Actually pronounced Pulles.
Pulles. I wasn't sure if it was Pulles or Pulles. Okay, so just introduce yourself and where you're from, please.
So, hi, I'm Meghan Pulles, and I am from Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, that's nice to know. Nashville, one of my favorite places. Is it cold there right now?
It's actually not too bad. It's in the 50s right now. It's supposed to warm. It was freezing last night. It was like 20 something degrees, but it's supposed to warm up this week to, I think, like 70. So
yeah, well, that's actually I'm in Florida, and it's almost the same thing. It's weird that Nashville's the same thing as Florida, because we've been getting like cold spells of like the 30s.
I know. I heard it snowed in Florida. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, up north. Well, actually, Tampa got some flurries, I heard too. Yeah. But it's it's not bad. I mean, sooner or later it's going to be 100 degrees, and we'll be complaining it's too hot. So can't wait. So I know you're a songwriter, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay. When did you decide that you wanted to be a songwriter? And when you did, what inspires or motivates you to do so?
So I went to school for opera at Florida State University, and I moved to New York City when I was 23 years old. And, I had always wanted to live in New York. I wanted that whole experience. And I was originally moved there to try to either do Broadway or opera. I was going to auditions, and I was just feeling very, very disconnected, very burnt out. I realized that I never really had a passion for opera the way that like pursuing a career would be. And I was writing songs in my bedroom. And I had been writing since I was 17, but I just never, like, it was always just mine. It was never something I thought would actually be a thing. And then once I moved to New York, I started kind of getting more into, okay, this is a thing. And I would show some friends my songs on SoundCloud, and they'd be like, oh, this is like actually pretty good. Or like I'd play open mics and people would resonate with what I was doing. And I was like, okay, well, maybe this isn't just for me. It's like, maybe this could be an experience, like to build community and to share with the world, and messages to share with the world. Because I really do believe that when I get a song idea or a song concept, it's a source. And I do believe that most of the time it is, somebody tapping into an energy that is, maybe in another portal, or and God, he gives us songs. And so I really do think that was also a collaboration that I really was listening for, because one of, I sang in a gospel choir in New York City for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
As a section leader. And that was one of the first places that I was able to take a song that I wrote and bring it to the choir. And then our amazing arranger, Matt Pod, he made choir parts for the choir for my song. And I performed an original song that I had written at church. And I got to put it in front of an audience. And that was, that was like life changing. I mean, and hearing the reception, like, oh my God, I wrote those chords. I wrote those words. And oh my God, like people are just tapped into the ministry of it. And I think music is such a ministry. It really is so much bigger than just going into a studio and laying down some vocals and some instrumentals.
No, especially when you know what you wrote, especially if it's in church, or you wrote a song where you can touch people and change their lives with it and help
Yeah,
bring them to God. So I didn't know you sang in a gospel choir.
I did. Yes.
Pretty cool.
Mhm.
You still do? Oh no, you're not in New York. You're in Nashville now,
No,
right?
I'm not.
Did?
No, and that is one of the most amazing communities, and I miss it so much. But definitely, if you're ever in New York City, anyone that's listening, go to First Presbyterian Church of Brooklyn in Brooklyn Heights. It's just one of the most amazing gospel choirs. They were top 10 gospel choirs in New York City on a list, and we were
Wow.
number 9. Tabernacle was number 1, obviously, but
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
not
of course.
Tabernacle. But yeah, it was a beautiful experience and beautiful people.
That sounds like it. That must have really been great. Whatever happened with the songs that you wrote for
Well,
them?
those songs are on my EP that came out in 2019, my very first project.
Oh,
So,
wow, that's great. So the gospel songs?
um, not super gospel. They're not. I didn't really write gospel, but the gospel choir sang them, like
Yeah.
when we did them in church. Um,
Hmm.
but "Keep the Light On," I wrote that. That's more of like a protest anthem that I wrote during the Women's March. And then "A Little Hope," I wrote that. The pastor asked me to write a song about the new year, and I wrote "A Little Hope" for that.
Oh, okay. Okay, that sounds good. And where are you from originally?
I'm actually originally from Orlando, Florida.
Are you really?
Yeah, Winter Springs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm from Jersey. I'm sure you can tell.
Yes, I can. I was
Yeah,
in Jersey
I
about.
will. I've been in Florida like almost 17 years. I'll never get rid of this accent, ever. But that's funny that you're from here.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people that are from Florida originally that just moved, went elsewhere, and
yeah,
a lot of people wind up in Nashville when they get into music. I know actually Atlanta is pretty big too with music too.
yeah. I've heard
Yeah.
it is definitely up and coming for music. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Miami too. I've heard.
Yeah, Miami too. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's really not much in Florida though. You have to go to like the real big cities in order to
Oh, I
get
know.
any.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like the little small towns, like this, it's really dead around here. You
Mhm.
have to like go outside to the
Yeah,
cities, drive in order to get anything really around here. But you know, But you know,
they have the Key West festival. I played that last year for the first time.
did you? That's too far from me.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah,
Not unless I'm going for like a week or something and staying in
yeah,
a hotel or something. But you know, yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, I'm actually closer to Tampa than I am anywhere else.
okay.
So, but so how would you say your faith is, and how has God helped you along your musical journey in life?
I mean, God has helped me a lot. I have been through a lot of trauma, and I don't think that I would be able to sustain my being and my life and my purpose without his hand, like without turning to him at the end of every night. I turn over and I talk to him and I thank him for inspiration, for music. I thank him for being, just a guiding light in my life. And even if I don't go to a building to do it, I that is my private practice, and I feel the most connected to him when I'm writing. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like and I don't know if you feel this way too, but I feel like sometimes when I'm really, really in the moment, I'm writing a song, I feel like I'm like floating above my body. I feel like I'm in another portal, I'm in another atmosphere. And it's just like, he's lifting us. He's lifting us to our higher power. And you just feel like anything is possible at that point. You're like, oh my gosh, well, wow. Like, I don't know how I just wrote a song in 2 minutes, but like,
Yep.
amen. I did,
Me too. I understand. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
when you open up your mind and your soul and your heart to him and just let him speak through you,
Yeah.
and you start writing, and sometimes you just don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
It's because we don't have the ability to do this
No,
without
by
him.
ourselves, absolutely not.
I mean, there are people that believe that they do, but I don't believe that. I mean, it's just, without him in our lives, we won't be able to do anything. And
Yeah.
it's good that you know that and you're aware of that, especially when you write, especially
Yeah.
when we're writing.
Yeah.
Um, so do you attend church now? Do you like play at any churches or anything, or?
I haven't found a community here yet. And I've been here almost 3 years. It's hard because nothing is feeling like it used to feel when I had my community in New York. And so I'll still watch the Brooklyn service, at home, and, I'll still do that. But I haven't, I bopped around to different churches, and I just still haven't found something.
How long you been here? How long you been there in Nashville?
In Nashville, almost 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you go to Josie's and ISSA and all that?
I went to the Josies I was nominated in 2025. So I did go, but I didn't, or no, was it 20? I can't remember what year it was. It wasn't this past year, it was the year before that, but I did not go to the other one. I went to the ISAs last year.
Yeah, I couldn't make it last year. I know. I remember seeing your name there, but I couldn't make it. It's
Yeah.
you can't go all the time. It's too much.
I know you can't do everything.
No,
It's
it can't. We try. We'd love to, but we can't.
Yeah.
Especially as independent artists.
Mhm.
I'm gonna play your song "Scars," and then we'll come back and talk about that. Okay, I'll play this one first.
Sounds
So
good.
we'll be right back.
I didn't go since I was younger. They still come to the door, trying not to let them take over. Thought I didn't see them anymore. Brief reminders of my struggles, they whisper into my ear. I'm trying to tell them to shut up. Thought I didn't hear them anymore. See, my scars are beautiful, beautiful. My scars are magical, magical. No one else can wear them like I can.
That's beautiful. I love that. I guess you wrote that, right?
Yes.
So what would you say was the main reason why you wrote that song?
I wrote that song from a place of fear. It was the pandemic. It was 2020. I was living in New York City, and I found out that I had to get an ear surgery. And I had had my first ear surgery when I was I think I was 17 or 16 or 15. It was like 15 years ago from that moment. In my right ear, I had to get a reconstructive surgery called a tympanoplasty.
Okay.
My membrane was very weak from recurrent ear infections, and I had tubes in and out of both ears.
Wow.
Twice. So I had problems since I was a baby. And so, for that health problem to come back years later just really mentally affected me. And I had to, I had to have surgery. Like, not only that's the fear, I have to have surgery, but I had to have the fear. I had to have surgery during the pandemic. Like, that was a whole other level of fear, right? So I was sitting in my room processing the fact that I'm gonna have surgery on my ear again. And then I started thinking, oh my gosh, like, what if it goes wrong? What if I lose my hearing? Because I've already faced, when I had my first surgery, the doctor was like, if you don't fix this when she's young, she's gonna lose complete hearing in her ear by 30.
Wow.
So now that I'm, 31, and this year is 97%, like, this year is great. The left ear is still a problem, but we persevere on because we're humans, and we can. And yeah, I was sitting in my bedroom and I was processing just a scary thing. And I was like, okay, I was like sitting and I was like, okay, I'm just going to surrender to this. I'm just going to, like, try to write a song that just, like, accepts what's going to happen, and also try to give hope to the situation instead of just lingering in the fear and the despair and the darkness. I'm going to write a song that is going to give people hope, and it's also going to be a guiding light to them, maybe when they have to have surgery and they're afraid. Or maybe, maybe these aren't necessarily physical scars. Maybe it's emotional scars. Something very, very traumatic happened to you that you still have scars from. And I just wanted my audience to know that no matter what happens to you, it does not make you broken. It makes you beautiful, and it shapes who you are and the way that God made you. And those things can help teach other people how to live, and that sort of message.
Yeah, that's great. It does. I mean, the lyrics are beautiful, and I'm sure that you got a lot of comments, a lot of compliments on that. So I'm sure that song really reached people, and even people that watch this after it airs. People will be watching this all the time. So you never know, who you reach with that might really need to hear that.
Exactly.
How is your hearing now? You said your left ear isn't that great?
Well, I still have a hole in my eardrum. It's like a small hole, but there's also something I have with eustachian tube dysfunction, which doesn't work very well with the ear. And so I'm more likely to get holes in my eardrum. And it doesn't really make sense to go under again and have another surgery. So I'm learning how to live with the symptoms, learning how to live with it. And I wear hearing protection at all the concerts and all of that stuff, just to preserve the hearing that I do have. But I am very aware that due to my condition, I will probably need a hearing aid earlier than someone who doesn't have messed up ears. So I'm just trying to own my narrative instead of run away from it.
Well, that's great that you accept that also. I mean, there's so many people that have all kinds of problems in their life issues and they just can't accept it. But when you have faith, it makes so much easier. I mean, people like us, I have suffering chronic pain. There's a lot of people that have issues that they deal with in their life. I mean, I talk to people every day that their walk through life is just, everybody suffers from something. But that's why it's so important that we have God in our life to get us through these things, because I just can't imagine what it would be like if we didn't. I mean, like if we suffer alone, which we're never alone with the Lord, but if we did, how would we get through it without him? I mean, I say it to myself all the time, that we really need to know that he's there. He's with us on our walk, our journey, every day that we go through. And he will help us. He will give us the strength to just keep going. And I will keep you in my prayers, and I will pray for you that that does get better and you won't. But you know what? I mean, even if you do need a hearing aid, if that's the worst thing that happens to you, I mean, that's actually not a bad.
No, you're right. You're right. You're very, no, that's.
Yeah, there's so much. Just get a good one.
Just get a good. Well, it's really funny. I'm engaged to an audiologist. So
oh my God, really?
No, God, that's very much a God thing. Like,
oh wow,
that was very much a God thing. That audiologist, because I was just like,
that's funny. So you're gonna marry an audiologist
for the girl with the ear problems to find an audiologist? Like, it's not. Yeah,
wow.
you can't pick that up.
Definitely, yeah. Wow, that's really.
Yeah.
And if somebody that suffers from hearing problems and ear issues, to have an audiologist as your husband, that's oh,
I know, it's crazy. I'm gonna get like a really good discount when I have
to. That's funny. All right, so let's get into. I know we were talking about this before. You're in the Recording Academy, which is congratulations. That's great.
You.
And I know we discussed this, but I want the audience to hear. Have any of your songs ever been nominated? Have you won anything? And how has being in the Academy helped your career? You can answer it at a time, a little bit at a time.
Not yet. I have had a lot of songs be up for consideration, but nothing has made nomination yet. How has it helped me? I think the most amazing thing about the Recording Academy, and a lot of people they're really confused. They don't know what it is. They think it's a school. It's like, it's not a school, but they do have like a Grammy U program. So that's like a separate thing. But it's a membership. It's a professional organization for musicians who are doing this. And some are doing it full time and some have day jobs. Not everyone in the Academy is able to have a full-time music. Like, that's just not a thing. And I think that's what is a little confusing, because I thought that you could only join if you were like a full-time musician, and it's clearly, that's not clearly the case with how they do things. But it's really amazing that that this organization exists. There is so much, there's mentorship opportunities to younger artists, which I love. I'm actually a mentor this season to a young artist who goes to Belmont, and that's been an amazing thing, to be able to mentor a young artist and give her the knowledge that I've learned, and help her through some of the things that she's facing with her, like the start of her career. There's advocacy. We have a a day called Music Advocacy Day, where we all go into law offices and meet with lawmakers, and we advocate for music, and we have different issues. You know, we talked about the AI issue. That's a huge issue right now because AI is infringing upon artists and songwriters, and you know, there's so much of that going on that I could do a whole book on that. But anyway, and yeah, there's just so much. And I think the most important thing is just the community. Like, the community is everything, and having people that understand you and that are going through the same thing and that love music as much as you do. And you don't, I've always been the person that feels weird about liking music so much. And why do I know every lyric to every song? Why do I know every artist? You know, people are always like, wow, she's so weird. Like, she really loves me. And it's just like, I am in a room of people that love music and that aren't afraid to express that to the world.
Yeah.
And that is everything, in my opinion. That has been one of the most amazing things about this process, was finding a family, a chosen family that just gets me, you know.
That's a blessing too. And I'm hoping that I actually am accepted into the Recording Academy this year also, because I would like to be a part of that and to see also what goes on and everything. That would be pretty amazing. But that's great. That's great that all the opportunities that you have since you've been in the academy. That's great. I'm going to play your other song right now, Not Mine to Hold, and then we'll come back and talk about that.
She held your hand the same as mine. She showed you places you felt were kind. Not mine, not mine, not mine to hold. Not mine, not mine, not mine to hold. She broke your throne the same as time. She gave you graces you felt were wise. Not mine, not mine, not mine to hold. Not mine, not mine, not mine to hold. Mine to hold. not mine, not mine to hold. She held your hand the same as mine. She showed you places you felt were guide. Oh,
Another beautiful song.
that one gets me.
What was that one about now?
Oh boy. It's about a lot. Mostly, so I was raised, I'm the eldest of 3. So I was raised pretty harshly. So in your 30s, that's when you kind of start unpacking some of the childhood trauma and such like that. And I kind of realized that I had to be a cycle breaker, and I had to step away from some hurtful relationships. And I recorded this song on my birthday, on my 36th birthday. And I was, I had gone through a lot of pain, and I'm not going to get into it, but I was very, very upset. And I was basically in tears and crying all day. And I went into the studio, and my producer was like, okay, are you sure you still want to record this song? And I'm like, I need to record this song. Like, I need to do this. Even if I sound like I'm just about to break down crying, like, I need to record this song. And, and I recorded the song, and this is probably one of the most raw and authentic performances I've ever given, because I just feel like I used that reality of what was happening and how down I was, and it was my birthday, just talking about crying on your birthday. And like, I do cry on my birthday normally because I'm happy, but crying on your birthday through depression and grief and disappointment, that was hard. And I do want to add that at the end of the song, you hear me singing the mantra with 2 other women. And those women are Lauren Amethyst and Airly Michelle, and they are my dear, dear friends in Nashville. They are also beautiful singer-songwriters in their own right. And we recorded that. We had a show together at the Cobra. We were rehearsing this song, and I captured that audio from this rehearsal that we did. And there was something just very, very community that I wanted to include with the song, because if you're going through, something like standing up for yourself or breaking a cycle, it is important to lean on the people that are in your life, because, being estranged can feel really lonely, and it can feel really isolating. But if you have people surrounding you, and, if you have God with you, just holding you and telling you that you are loved and you are seen and you are enough. Because, you know, if you weren't getting that from a certain person, it can be really painful to battle that alone. And so that song is really for anyone that has ever felt like they were projected upon during a toxic, destructive relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, I could feel it. That's what people are saying. You could feel the anguish in your vocals. It's very raw. And I think people need to do that once in a while. I
I
think
think
every
so
artist should
too.
do that, you
Have a
know?
good cry, go to the studio,
Yeah. It's
put it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's true, but it's, you know, but like I said before, like when you put stuff out like that, you don't know who you're reaching, and
I know.
and somebody might be going through the same exact thing you went through,
Exactly.
and they might be playing that song over and over again in
I
their
know.
head so
Yeah.
they can get through it, you
Uh-huh.
know? And
Yeah.
but that's great. I'm glad. I'm really glad you told, you know, me your story and everybody, because you know, I don't expect people to come on here and tell their whole life story. And, you know, some people just come on and want to tell their life story, and they want to, that's what this show's about. I want people to be able to be honest with themselves and be honest with the audience, and know that this is about trying to help other people also,
And
you know.
yeah.
And so, you know, you don't know how many people. Yes, everybody keeps saying you sound like Lorena McKenna.
Lori McKenna.
Lauren McKenna, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, she's a songwriter in Nashville. That's
I
nice.
know. I know. Everybody's saying that. They said you
Okay.
have like the vibe of her vibe. So
I love her, so that's a compliment. Thank you.
let me see here. That's why it gives this. Yeah, that's true, Floyd. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying, that that's why God gives us these melodies for other people to hear it. Somebody needs to hear this.
Yes.
These melodies, you know, these songs that we all put out when, I mean, you know, as songwriters, you know, a lot of times, well, most of the times, I know with me, all of my songs come from, you know, divine intervention, or sometimes, you know, you want to write on a certain topic, you don't know where to start.
Mhm.
And I pray in a lot of things, like, to where do I start if I want to write on something? Sometimes it just comes to you. You
Yeah.
know, it'll just come to you, and you just pick it up from there, or you ask God to help you write it.
Mhm.
Or you can also collaborate with other artists, and you know, and come up with something if you're stuck. So it's great. I love it. I love being a songwriter, and I'm sure you do too. And
It's the greatest gift that
it
God can
is.
give us.
Yep, it is, definitely. And you know, I always say, if we use whatever we have for his glory, you know, it's that's a blessing, and he'll just keep blessing you as you keep using it for him. What message I know we don't have much time left, but I just, real quick, I just want to ask, what messages are you trying to send to your listeners through your music?
I want my listeners to feel seen, heard, held, loved, and accepted with whatever they're going through in whatever place they find my music.
That's great. So where can everybody find you, your music? You have a website?
I'm everywhere. Yeah, my website is meghanpulles.com, meghanpulles.com. I'm on Instagram, meghanpulls music, so no E on Instagram. Facebook, I think it's facebook.com/Meghan Pulles music. I think it's meghanpulls music on Facebook. And TikTok,
Yeah.
it's the same, Meghan Pulles music, meghanpulls music. And yeah, you can Google me and find all my other links.
Yeah, well, I'm sure if anybody's interested, they'll find you everywhere. And also, you're on all streaming sites, your music, right?
Yes, I'm everywhere. I have over like 80 songs on all
Okay,
platforms.
yeah, that's great. That's
And I have
great.
an album coming out in May. So.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah. Send me the info on it. I'll let everybody know.
Okay.
You know, when the album comes out, and because I try to bring up what my other shows. I try to bring up what other artists are doing, because sometimes people ask me, you know, what happened to so and so, you know, and or they'll follow you. So let me know, you know, when the album comes out, and then I could let everybody know.
Okay.
So I just want to thank you. It's been a blessing. I thank you so much for coming on, and good luck with everything. And I will keep you in my prayers with your ear and everything else that's
you.
going on. And keep in touch.
I will. It's a lovely conversation. Thank you for your time, Lisa.
Thank you for coming on. God bless you.
God bless you.
I'll talk to you soon. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being on. Wow, I got Pastor David Moore on here. Look at that. Yes, it is better than the Super Bowl. I would say that. Hang on, guys. Don't leave yet. I still have a couple of things I got to do. I just want to let everybody know that I was nominated for the 2026 Gospel Choice Music Awards for Christian Podcast of the Year, which is this show that you guys are watching. Also, Podcaster of the Year and Christian Artist and Vocalist of the Year for the Gospel Choice Music Awards. This is a blessing for me. So I want to thank you guys for your support of this show. And also, I'm going to leave you guys with a song that I wrote years ago called Take My Hand. It is based on the homeless, taking care and feeding the homeless. And I wrote this song. This is one I recorded in my studio, but this song is also available on my Ascending Journey album. Before I do that, let me show you the O'Hare Dogs of the Week real quick. They're the same dogs that I've been mentioning every week. I'm hoping that somebody is going to see this. And this is Smiley. He's a 5-year-old Rottweiler, friendly dog. He needs a home with a yard and somebody that could take care of him. These dogs that I'm showing you, it's for Open Hands Animal Rescue in Ocala, Florida. If you can foster or adopt one of these dogs, it would be great. Or if you want to donate to them, it's openhandsanimalrescue.org.com. You could go on their website and you can donate any amount you want. This is Bean. She's a 5-year-old Rottweiler also. She's a sweetheart and she's looking for a home. And this is Bella, who's a 1-year-old Rottweiler, and she is also looking for a home. And like I said, all these dogs are through Open Hands Animal Rescue, and I really hope that somebody out there can see this and will maybe hold on a minute. I don't want this to start. Wait. All right. I'm not ready for that yet. I hope somebody out there will please maybe donate to them or go on O'Hare on Facebook and you can see what they're doing for all the dogs. And I just want to let you guys know that next week I have on a husband and wife duo. They're Christian gospel artists from the Neils. They will be on next week, Megan and Morgan Neal, and they will be on. I'm looking forward to this show also. And on the 22nd, I have Daniel Michael Crane. He's a performer. He will be coming on. I am completely booked up. What a blessing this is. I am actually almost booked up to July. So if you want to be on this show, I just booked somebody else today. If I have 1 week available in June left, if you'd like to come on and tell your testimony, if you like to talk about your music, if you're an author, you're releasing a new book, anything, just email me or send me a message on Messenger. I prefer Messenger. If you're on Facebook and you have Messenger, I prefer that. If you're a pastor and you want to come on and talk about your life and your testimony and anything else, just contact me. But just know that I'm booking into almost July. So if you could wait till July, that's fine. If not, then I will put you on the cancellation list. And if someone cancels, you can get on sooner. So I want to thank you guys so much for the support of this show. This is an absolute blessing to be able to do this every week and bring all these wonderful people on to tell their testimony. So until next week, stay warm wherever you are, and God bless you. And I will see you next week. This is my song, Take My Hand.
So many stood in the cold, had to be around 40 years old. His clothes were ragged and so was his face. He was glowing with God's grace. What's your name? I asked him. With a smile he said, my name is Ben. Take my hand, follow me. See, the Lord has set us free. I will feed you and give you rest. At this moment, we've just been blessed by His love. Met a girl, she was a child. Life she lived was crazy wild. Looked at me with pain on her face. Name was Joan and she was glowing with God's grace. Take my hand, follow me. See, the Lord has set us free. I will feed you and give you rest. At this moment, we've just been blessed by His love. Years went by, I ran into Ben. Seemed to be happy and fed. He thanked me for helping his life. Then he said he made Joan his wife. You took my hand, you followed me. See, the Lord has set us free. I had faith
Then at the moment we all were blessed. Right at the moment we all were blessed by His love, by His love, by